some sort of ruling because we are all looking at the laptop screen. So I'm sure a lot of us who join Zoom meeting, right, the most famous question everyone asks is, can you hear me? Right? So whenever any of our members start talking or doing speech, when they ask, can you hear me? Can we all just do like that? Can I see that? Yeah, good. Awesome. So with our team meeting tonight, it's about live like as though you're dying. What I want to share with you guys personally is that recently, like, with this whole current situation of MCO and whatnot, I actually got this message, WhatsApp sharing forwarded by another group. It's actually a message shared by nurses who are actually caring and looking after the sick patients and whatnot in the hospital. And you'll be surprised, a lot of these messages that the nurse actually shared, because these nurses, they are the ones who see dying people every day more than us, right? So some of the top 5 messages that they shared, some of the wishes of these dying patients are the top 5, but I can only remember 2 very importantly, which is while we still have time on this earth, we should love more. And definitely working is not one of them on the top list. And these are wishes and regrets that people have all from all these dying patients. Yeah. And secondly, is actually to call up your loved ones and actually tell them you love them from the bottom of your heart before it's too late, of course. So my key message takeaway is that, tying back to the theme of the meeting tonight, if I were to live like as though I'm dying today is my last day on earth, I think this whole MCO and coronavirus thing really humbled us, because at the end of the day, we are all close to our family members, and it is them who actually keep us safe, not the bigger outside world or the material things that we all chase after. So I'm glad that we are all spending time together at home. We have more proper lunch, proper dinner, having chats with all our family members. So that will be how I will be spending my last days, if let's say today were my last day. Yeah, so that's in the gist, my sort of sharing with you guys. I also noted that, are there any guests today? We have 1 or 2 guests as well, right?
Yeah. Yes, we have quite a number of guests.
We have 3 guests.
So I would also want to hear a bit from the guests as well, like what brought you guys here today, maybe some friends, or thank you for joining us, so that we are keeping all of us sane, because we are always cooped up at home as well. So it's good to see all of familiar faces and also new faces. So if I may call upon our guests to actually introduce yourself, your name, and what brought you here today, that would be awesome. Guest number 1, anyone?
Hi, Joanna. Hi,
Eddie.
Hello, hi, Elite Toastmaster Club members. My name is Eddie. I'm from ITC Bintang, immediate past president. I'm also the treasurer of Liquid Gold Toastmasters Club. So it's my first time joining Elite Toastmasters Club meeting. I'm very excited. I was invited by Wah Sheng, your VPPR. Yeah. But I didn't see him here, so.
VPPR doing his job. Very good, very good.
Yeah, he did. So over
Welcome,
to you,
Eddie.
Joanna.
Do we have another guest?
Hi guys. Hi.
Hi.
My name's Rachel. I think some of you may have recognized me from the previous session. So yeah, I was invited by Chen Chun to join in this session, and since I had a really good experience the last time, I figured why not. So here I am again today.
Thank you, Rachel. Hope you will enjoy this session.
I'm sure I will. Thanks.
Any other guests? Another guest? Win.
Hi,
Felicia.
Joanna. Hi, everybody.
Hmm.
My name is Wayne. I'm a past member of Elite Toastmasters. I think I've met some of you, and the others looks new to me. I actually, I sign up here to catch up with all of you and see how you're doing. Apart from that, I have a friend who is interested to join, checking out Toastmasters. But I think my friend is currently, I have 2 friends. So one of them, I think she's facing technical issues with her iPad. I think she's still downloading her app.
I see.
So she'll join us shortly.
Sure,
Another one, I
sure,
think she's
no problem.
kind of occupied with her dishwashing. So we'll see how it goes.
No problem, no problem.
Okay,
Thank you
over
for
to
joining
you.
back us again, visiting us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Just now I saw Felicia.
Yes. Hi. I'm actually new to this, and my name is Felicia. So, and I'm 19 this year, and why am I joining this? Because I really want to do something productive, something to build myself. So that's why I came across this Toastmaster thing. So yeah, that's why I came to join. Thank you.
Thank you, Felicia. Thank you. Good to have you visit us as well. Hope you will enjoy also with all this session and seeing all these new faces here. We have another guest as well, or is that it? No? Okay, so thank you for all the guests as well for introducing yourself. Just a very short, quick introduction as well for the benefit of a guest is that how Elite Toastmasters came about is that it was chartered in 5th March 2014, and our club mission is actually to provide, this one is KJ's favorite, to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which all our members are actually empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So usually you will see us in our meetings where we will stand proud and talk about all this, and in time to come, you guys will eventually also get there as well. And with Elite, we actually strive to build articulate and vibrant leaders. And I'm proud to say that some of these leaders that you see on screen here tonight these are the unsung heroes that work very hard and do a lot behind the scenes to ensure each of our meeting actually goes smoothly, and including this one here as well. So without further wasting time, I will now actually hand over the control to our toast ceremony, and I'll pass it onward to Suwan. Suwan, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President, and welcome to our meeting number 130. Good evening, everybody. And
good evening.
And I'm so excited to join the meeting and see each and every one of you again, especially at this difficult time where we are bombarded by all the negativity. Joining Elite Toastmaster meeting is just like a shot of vitamin C for your immune system. And it's interesting how Joanna and me, we are actually looking at the same information, the top 5 of the regret of a person dying in hospital. Top number one. Do you like to know? I wish that I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life of others expected of me. That's on the number 1 top list of the regret for the people that dying. As Mahatma Gandhi said, live like you are dying, but learn like you are forever. The reason that I joined Elite Toastmaster Club is to become great, because greatness is a choice, and I made a great choice. Elite Toastmaster, we live by a set of unspoken rules, and that rule is to be empathy, is to speak truth with compassion, to empower others to live the life of truth to themselves. And with that, I'm so proud to be part of the organizations. And for that, let's cheers. Let's cheers for our life. Let's cheers for others. And let's cheers for us to live the truth of ourselves. And please prepare your glasses and your vitamin C if you have. And 1, 2, 3, cheers.
Cheers.
And with that, I would like to call our meeting to order. Boom. Back to you, Madam President.
Thank you, Suwan, for the wonderful toast ceremony. And I will now pass the role to Duncan, our Toastmaster of the evening. Duncan, over to you.
Hey guys, my name is Duncan and I'll be your Toastmaster for the evening. So, okay, I understand that in online meeting, because we are in a very comfortable state, we tend to sit down and we feel like, oh, it's going to be lazy. And then we will feel it. People can feel it in the way that you speak as well. So for the next speaker, so let's keep that energy up as well. Yeah. So let's pretend that this is a real Toastmasters meeting. There's so many people watching you on stage, and this is your virtual stage for you to perform. So as Sue-Won and also Joanna has mentioned, this evening's theme, it's a great message that it hits us close to home. And especially in this COVID-19 epidemic, I think it's a great opportunity to get away from the hustle and bustle of life. And it also gives us the time to really sit down and think and to seek clarity in what is important to us. Like Sue-Won has said, the greatest regret that the patients on their deathbeds have said is they wish that they have lived life to their fullest. So which is what we should be doing moving forward, which is why the theme today, this evening, is live like you were dying, live like it is your last breath. And it's very interesting to see how people react to this movement control order. We have seen people who suddenly became master chef. They cook 5-star meals. They are movie connoisseurs. They start sharing movie reviews on Netflix. And then apart from all of these things that we are doing, it's also the time to reflect back. What are we going to do moving forward? How are we going to approach life after this crisis is over? So I would like to share with you a story that was shared to me by my mentor recently, and it really hit me in my heart. So there was once a criminal who was sent to a king for punishment. I mean, his punishment was a death penalty. So he had two choices. The king gave him two choices. The first choice is to be hung by the rope. And the second choice, the king showed the criminal to this door, and then it was a big, dark, scary, mysterious door, the one that you see in horror movies with the ominous music all around. And he decided for the rope. As the noose was being slipped down on his neck, he asked the king, what is on the second door? What is behind the second door? And then the king, he said, freedom. But most people are so afraid of the unknown that they'd rather take the rope. And I think this story, it serves as a reminder for us to not sit there and wait for serendipity, but to manufacture it ourselves. This is the perfect moment for us to manufacture the life that we want, that we were meant to live, because each and every one of us have a king or queen inside of us. So my question to you is this: do you want to be the tree, or do you want to be the king? So of course, I'm sure that all of us will want to be kings and queens of the night. So let's start off this Toastmaster meeting by introducing to you what Toastmasters is all about and the framework that we have in store for you. So in a Toastmasters meeting, there's three main frameworks. The first one is the table topics, which is where you will learn to speak off the cuff. This is where you'll be able to hone the skills required to speak whenever, wherever, at any moment in time, which is what I'm doing now actually. And the second part is a prepared speech. This is where speakers, they have prepared speeches and they've spent time and effort into crafting beautiful speech to share with us this evening. And then the third part, which arguably is the most important part of the evening, is evaluation, because this is where the speakers will be given feedback on how to improve themselves, because evaluation is the dinner for champions. Watch the reflection screen on your glasses, it can be distracting. Okay, I think that means I need to upgrade my glasses. All right, so before we begin, I'm going to introduce the role players who will be helping to us to make this evening a successful meeting. So first off, I would like to call upon our grammarian, Aruna. Give a big round of applause to Aruna.
Good
Aruna, are you there?
everyone. Thank you very much, Duncan, for the kind introduction. Yes, I'm going to be the grammarian for tonight, and let's hope that we have a wonderful session as usual. So as a grammarian, I'm responsible for introducing the word of the day. Today's word is ecstatic. E-C-S-T-A-T-I-C. If you look at your program, it will be on the left-hand lower corner. What is the meaning of this word? The meaning is feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness and joy. So I'm being ecstatic. An example would be wink wink to Yi Yi. I don't see you here, but you are the scapegoat for tonight. Yi Yi's level of happiness rose to ecstatic when he was around. Or Yi Yi became ecstatic when he was around. Take your pick. I will be looking for, hold on. I will be looking for the use of appropriate English language, of course, throughout our whole meeting. And this includes the use of outstanding words that I find, and I will commend you on it. I'm also watching for, unfortunately, jang, 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 the 7 sins of grammar. And this includes double negatives, double comparisons, extra words, incorrect verb tenses, confused adjectives, adverbs, and inappropriate pronouns. So let me hand it over to Duncan then. Have a good meeting.
Thank you very much, Aruna, for the introduction. Grammarians are important because they are the English teachers of tonight, which will help us improve our use of the English language. So up next, I would like to invite our R counter, Jessica. Give a big round of applause to Jessica.
Hello. Good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and for guests. The purpose of R counter is to note words and sound that are used as a clutch or pause filler by anyone who speak. During this meeting, I will listen for overused words, include and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sound, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this mean. At the end of the meeting, I will report the numbers of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Jessica. Our counters are the grammar police, grammar police, the R police for this evening, because a lot of times we don't notice our R's, our our you knows. So an R counter is a great way for us to be aware of the clutch words that we use in our speech. So up next, I would like to invite our timer for this evening. Our timer for this evening is Taylor. Big round of applause to Taylor. Taylor, are you here? Taylor, yes, Taylor is. You might need to unmute yourself, Taylor.
Toastmasters today. It seems to be a good meeting today. Everyone is here. And I'm glad I'm able to finish my dinner then just on time for my speech right now. So for the timer, as a timer today, then I will record every time for the row everyone, especially for the table topic section and the prepare speaker. So pass back to you, Toastmaster Duncan.
Thank you very much, Taylor. Taylor is our very expensive Rolex and very beautiful Rolex of this evening. She makes sure that we start and end everything on time. So this is a wonderful way for us to respect everyone's time and to make sure that this meeting is fruitful as well. And not to forget, we have one last and very important lady of the night, Charlene, the general evaluator. Big round of applause to Charlene.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, my roles for tonight is very simple because my role is to give a general evaluations of the overall meetings, and I will introduce all the evaluators for the prepared speech. And also at the end, I will introduce all the role players like timer, R counter, and grammarians to present their reports, and also will give my comments on all the speakers that are not being evaluated. Back to you, Duncan.
Yeah, thank you very much, Charlene. All right, so it's now time to begin our first session of this evening, which is our table topic session. If you're excited, let me see your thumbs up. Thumbs up if you're excited for the first session of this evening. All right, wonderful. So let's start off with our table topic session, which will be handed over to Noel. Big round of applause to Noel.
Hi, thank you, Duncan. So now, teams, let's keep the energy up. So my name is Noel, and I'm your table topic master today. So let's keep the energy up. So I'm looking forward for a volunteer tonight. So having to join in this table topic also help you to develop critical and organized thinking skill, because you have to think quickly with no preparations. So it's like thinking on your feet. So that is going to give you a lot of benefits. So imagine that your boss zoom you out of the blue and you know how to answer your boss just right at the moment at the right answer. Or perhaps you will have a Zoom dating. Who knows? So tonight, I strongly encourage you all to volunteer yourself to the next topic that I'm going to give it you all. So let's take this as a fun, exciting experience. You know, during this COVID, probably you need a little bit adrenaline and excitement. So tonight is the night. So let's see. Can I have the first volunteer? Taylor? Oh,
Vanessa.
Okay, Vanessa. So pick 1 to 6. I can't hear you.
Unmute.
3.
All right, Vanessa. When you travel, what would make you explore beyond boundary? When you travel, what would make you explore beyond boundaries, Vanessa?
When I travel, what will make me explore beyond my boundaries?
Yep.
Good topics. Now that we can't travel far, the longest distance I've traveled is to grocery shoppings. So when I do my usual traveling, I'm the one who always trying to go with the flow and not the one who will go with the itineraries. So I feel like every now and then I'm actually like going beyond my boundaries and just go with the flow whenever I'm traveling. So for every incidents or events that happens during traveling would be events that would be unexpected events that are out of my control. For instance, there might be accidents that happens, or you lost your money, or you lost your directions on where you want to go. So these are all the events that go beyond my boundaries. Yeah, that's it, I think. Thank you.
So, okay, for Vanessa, explore beyond boundary is about embrace of being lost in wherever she goes. I mean, that's a good one. That's part of the experience. So, can I have the next volunteer?
Me, please.
Okay. So now you have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
1.
1. Okay, Justine, right? Okay,
Yep.
Justine, what do you most looking forward when you escape to nature? What do you most look forward to when you escape to nature?
Okay, what do I most look when I escape to nature?
Yes.
Forward to look to nature. Well, number 1 is something that I would never expect to see. When my first experience to the nature was last year in Mulu, Sarawak. So when we read the books, we look at the picture, YouTubes and everything. When we look at natures and jungle in particular, you see jungle like dense forests with animals, insects, that's it. But when you in that place, especially in Mulu, it's a real tropical rainforest. you do not have 3G, there's no data, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no electric, there's no nothing. The population there is only 20 or 30 people working in the hotel and the accommodation. So when you step in the jungle, in the cave, in the river, everything, you are so lost. But then you start to reflect from day to day. You realize that you miss out a lot of things, that you really have to spend a lot of time for yourself. Because in the city, we're always like so busy, we're so automated, working every day, visit our friends, visit clients, visit customer. When we are in the jungle, you got no one to see, no one to visit. That's where the time you will reflect yourself. That's what nature can show you, a true nature. Not just animal, bird chirping sort of thing. It's for you to reflect yourself and to understand the nature, what nature can teach you. So back to you, Noel.
Wow, you have made me relate to forests and the landscapes, especially now during the lockdown. I really miss that. So a good way to reflecting yourself in the nature. All right, so next, can I have next? Next volunteer. Should we have, I guess? So I guess.
You got the power to pick one, you know.
All right, all right. So Eddie, would you like to give it a try?
Any guess? Don't be shy.
Eddie, yes?
Hello, hello, hi, all right.
So Eddie, now you have number 2, 4, 5, 6.
2.
2. So Eddie, what would you do today to challenge your limit? Now or never. So what would you do today to challenge your limit, Eddie?
So thank you, Noel, for the topic. So what will I do today to challenge to my limit? So first of all, I think not just myself, but all of us, we have to take care of our mental health, because the MCO, all the negativity, all the doubts, all the uncertainties surrounding our job, about the economy. So all these are affecting all of us, no matter you are working in the corporate, whether you are freelancer, or if you are in the healthcare industries, you are the frontliners. So this COVID-19 impact all of us. So for me, what I need to do is, of course, need to take care of the mental health. So what I try to do, it kind of affect me, to be honest, to be staying at home, to do the social distancing. I used to enjoy nature. I like to go to nature. So just now when Justin talked about nature, I was kind of emotional. I was kind of very, couldn't wait for the MCO to finish, and not just MCO, but waiting for the pandemic to end. So having said that, I also like to play sports. So I played sports with my colleagues, with my friends, like badminton, soccer. So all these have made me realize that when you are restricted to do the things that you need to do or you want to do, first of all, you need to find alternatives. So that's where I think that mindset and also mental readiness need to be taken care of. So all in all, that's what I think we need to go through, adjusting our mental, our mindset, and how we face the situations. And once we have taken our own necessary actions to overcome all these challenges, I'm sure that after the pandemic, we will be different people, and whatever challenge that's happening in the future is not gonna challenge you anymore, because you have gone through the pandemic challenges that you are facing right now. So yeah, thank you.
Yay! I'm sure we're gonna all make it through, and probably after this we can have a little bit elite kind of escape to nature for a small gathering. All right, Taylor, do we still have time to carry on? Taylor, we still have time?
I think we can go for one more.
Okay, so one more.
Yeah, we can fit for one more.
Okay, so who wanted to be the next? Volunteer? Wayne, would you like to try since we haven't heard you in a while?
Oh, why not?
Okay, that's a yes. Okay.
Yay!
Okay,
What?
4, 5, 6, pick one.
6.
All right. So, what is your type of trip of a lifetime? What is your type of trip of a lifetime?
Okay. Now, my trip of a lifetime would probably be somewhere that is relaxing, which is very different from the trips that I've previously gone to, because all this while the trips that I've traveled to, they are always very hectic. There is a, because usually I travel with a friend, and we have a lot of activities planned out for the whole trip. So it's always back and forth. I walk about 20 km a day every time I travel with my friend. That is really hectic. So my trip of a lifetime would definitely be somewhere that is relaxing, like just by the beach, maybe in Maldives, where I can just sit back and relax. And speaking of relaxation, I wanted to bring up something that I just listened to yesterday, which is I attended this CFA webinar that is hosted by somebody who is a hypnotherapist. So hypnotherapist is something very intriguing to me, because previously I thought that it's about people trying to make you sleep, and then they try to do all sorts of weird stuff to you. But apparently it's not true. And it's very amazing because it is just like counseling. The person will try to make you imagine that you're in a place that is very relaxing, and then they will try to make you focus on something that you want to achieve. So that is something that is really amazing, because the most exciting or the most interesting thing that he did was he showed a video. He tried to make somebody who is about to go for surgery hypnotize that person, and the person doesn't need anesthesia or the anesthetic to even undergo a surgery. Just by hypnosis, the person is able to go through a hand surgery even without any pain. So that really amazed me. So I think relaxation is definitely something that we all need to learn. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Wayne. So I think my table topic session is over, right, Taylor? So to round up my table topic session, I do hope all of you enjoy a little bit virtual travelings from my table topic and give you a little bit positive vibes for today. So now I would like to hand back to Duncan, the TME.
Thank you very much, Noel. It's unsurprising coming from Noel. We have now been painted a very vivid picture all about traveling. We have heard traveling experience from Vanessa, being in a jungle with Justin, having a lot more awareness of mental health by Eddie, and also open our eyes on hypnotherapy by Win. Okay, so it's now time for our first evaluation session for this evening, which I will hand over to Vera. Give a big round of applause to Vera. Before that, please do remember to vote for your best table topic speaker. The link will be sent over on Slido. Okay, can we have the link on the Slido chat, please? I mean, on the Zoom chat, please. Okay, you can head on over to, let me see if I can get the, yes, okay, I'll send over the link right here. Okay, and then type in the event code ELITE TMC, and this is where you can vote for your best table topic speaker. Okay, so while you are voting, we'll give you a few more seconds to vote, and after that, we will call upon our table topics evaluator. Okay, so 10 more seconds. And 5 more seconds. All right, okay. And it's now time to invite our table topics evaluator, Vera. Big round of applause to Vera.
Hi, good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Welcome to Elite Toastmaster. I'm your table topic evaluator. So my role is to give some feedback for those volunteer to join table topic and what to do when you were given a topic on the spot with very minimal time to think and to improvise. I know it is very challenging to join table topic as it is very different from assignment speeches because you have no idea what topic you will be given, and it requires a lot of courage to join table topic. So well done to everyone who joined table topic. I think all of you deserve a round of applause. So first, I will start with Vanessa. Vanessa is full of charismatic, okay? When Noel give the questions, she answer it very sharply and then with a very, very charming smile. And also her voice, the tone, all is very stable and steady. But if I would like to suggest one thing, I think perhaps you can have more eye contact with all the audience. I know it is a Zoom, and then maybe it's very hard for you to, to look into the screen. But somehow, when you try to answer and your eyes contact, you can look at them sharply. Okay, try not to look your eyes roll up, roll down, because we can't see your body gesture, your face expression, and your eye contact is what we can only focus. The second one will be Justin. Justin is a very great storyteller. Okay, I love how he tells us related his escape to nature and then to Mulu Sarawak, how he blend into the jungle, and then how he gets to have his self-reflect in the jungle away from the city. So he is a very great storyteller and very, very interesting to listen to him. Perhaps if I can give you a small advice, it's also the eye contact. I can't see the eye contact because I can only see you looking down at it. Perhaps sometimes you can just look around, okay? The third one will be Eddie. I can see that Eddie is a very experienced speaker. So he didn't take much time to think, and then he has eye contact all the time and very clear and loud voice. And also I like how he shared about the mindset and the mental to be taken off. Okay, it's a very good suggestion to us. Perhaps if I can give an advice, it would be the body gesture. When Eddie, when you're too excited, you start to move. So it's very, how do I say? I won't say confusing, okay? But sometimes you distract others because when you start to move, you just focus on your body gesture. If you want to try to improve, you can try to have some hand angles. And the last will be Wayne. Wayne is very relaxing, just like his answer, okay? When how he answered the things, I can feel that he's very relaxing. And I love what you share to us, okay? The hypnotherapies, okay, is also, of course, sharing is caring. What you share is very interesting. If I would like to give you a suggest, it would be your tone. Your tone is too flat. So even though you say that you are very you have a very exciting topic, you know what you would like to share with us, it shows no difference between the tone, because via Zoom we can only listen to you by your tone, we can only see you by your facial expression, not the body gesture. You don't move a lot. So when you want to show people that you're very excited, you really need to show it via your tone. That's all. Thank you. Back to you, Duncan.
Okay, thank you very much, Vera, for that very precise evaluation. I think each and every one of our speakers will have a take-home message for tonight to improve for their next speech. Okay, so it's now 8:44, so it's now time for a 5-minute intermission. Is that fine? Taylor, do we have time for 5 minutes or less? Taylor, are you here, Taylor? Okay, so we will have a 5-minute break and we will be back by 8:50. If you want to go to the toilet, it's right outside your room. And if you're banged to a wall, try again. And we will see you back right here at 8:50. All right, see you.
We have guests. That's our guest.
Who's our guest?
We have someone joining, Teo.
Hi, Teo.
Hi, Teo. Would you mind open up your camera? Unless you're naked, I mean.
Hi. Hi, this is Theo.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can.
Hi.
I'm not convenient to open the video today, so please forgive me on that.
It's fine. Your picture look good.
No problem.
That's
We
the
understand.
intention, right? But anyway, thank you.
AJ, I saw the kid just now, so cute.
Oh, yeah. Suddenly come in and interrupt.
You might suddenly see him interrupt here as well later.
Hey, you
So
see
please bear
Joanna
with me, okay?
peacefully meeting there. So
Sorry?
You know,
Are you guys in the
Joanna peacefully
same
meeting
room?
upstairs.
Are you guys in the same room?
No. Different.
Different room. Different room.
Dao Hong. Yeah.
Hey, where's that home?
Jing Mom, what are you eating?
Dessert.
No video.
Kangkong name is so cute. Jeff's girlfriend.
I thought girlfriend. Where is Jeff? Hi, Jeff, girlfriend.
Wow.
So Dao Hong's name, his name there.
The whole name is Jeff girlfriend. The painting behind you looks good.
Jingman's food looks delicious.
Next time, club outing, do for everyone.
Wow, yesterday.
Do y'all know?
Wendy has vanilla.
Say again? Oh, the what?
Yesterday Wendy.
What?
GE for Malay club, not easy.
Her bahasa quite good one lah.
Why suddenly I heard my voice, my name?
Why today so paiseh? Don't show your face. I thought you make up eyebrow ready.
I am still eating the.
Never mind.
People use your pretty face to advertise their club meeting.
Hola.
Duncan, you gel your hair.
Yes, of course.
At home, oh.
Yeah, I'm committed to success.
Wow. Looking good. Dress for success.
I'm elite.
We expect more. Please play time.
We have 2 more minutes. We have 2 more minutes before our meeting resume. 2 more minutes.
Wow, so serious, huh?
Oh yeah, Yi no around. You can put the banner behind.
Hey, our next elite poster, since they all use Wendy's face, we will counter back. We go put Taylor and Vanessa there.
Why?
Yeah, need to attract people, ma.
Wendy can also attract people.
Oh no, we need Vanessa with her egg tart.
Yeah.
Hold the egg tart. Welcome to elite.
Stay tuned to my IG, everyone.
No, Chenchun, we should put all the ladies, not just both of them also. We got Vera, Wendy, Noel, Taylor, Charlene, Jingman, all.
And the president.
We got Joanna also.
President.
And the president.
Then
beauty pageant.
Carry Ethan there.
Where's Ethan?
Somewhere.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Hello. We need to start our meeting bags.
We have
Jeff girlfriend.
Alright. So let's
can do it.
Okay, let's start with our meeting bag. So
Alright.
now, Duncan, I pass back the control to you.
Thank you very much, Hasnul. Okay, welcome back. I see that we have a couple of new guests who have joined us. We have Jeff's girlfriend who just joined us as well. Okay, all right. So it's now time for the second part of our meeting, which is also a very exciting session, which is our prepared speech session. All right. So for the first speech, we have Ming Yen, who will be giving this speech. Pathway Project to Level 1 for the Visionary Communication Part, researching and presenting, knowing yourself better. Can I have Ming Yan's evaluator, Jing Man, to share his speech objective? And I shall pass the control to you, Jing Man.
Thank you, Duncan. The purpose of this project is for the members to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback for a second speech. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive the feedback from the evaluator. Time given will be 5 to 7 minutes. Minion, all the best. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
All right, and with that, please give a big round of applause to help me invite up on our virtual stage Ming Yan, who will be giving a speech, Knowing Yourself Better, Ming Yan.
Hello guys, you guys can hear me right with this volume? Can, okay. Do you know about yourself? Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today I'm going to deliver my second speech, which is knowing yourself better in my Toastmaster journey. There's one place that enrolls all kinds of people, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are kids or adult, whether you are white or black, that operates 24/7 every year. People there are treated equally. They have endless journey of learning and feeling. Very often, they do not realize their enrollment until there comes a time where they have to make a very huge decision that could possibly ever change his decision, his thought, and even his life. It is the community, the place that gives you the most direct impact upon your actions. I officially enrolled myself on the 14th July 2014, as suited in blue formal shirts and a grey necktie, waiting nervously for the clerk lady to come and introduce me to my fellow new colleagues. My sister told me that it is the best color for good impression.
Recalling me as a freshie, I thought I knew about myself very clearly. I knew about my mission, my passions, and my objective. I thought everyone shared the same core value as I did. As a result, it was proven all wrong. Let me share with you the two different versions of me before and after the catastrophe from three different aspects: my core values, my body limits, and my thoughts. Attentiveness and diligence, these are two good values that I hold on to. When we were kids, we were taught to finish up homework on time. We had school bags that is as heavy as our little bodies. We have tons of homework in schools. Needless to say, we also had our 24/7 best friend, the canes, who accompanied us through ups and downs throughout our childhoods. To be precise, we have two exactly. One in school and the other at home. These two friends, they are true introverts. They do not speak unless they are forced to. However, they could be as aggressive as your mom if you do something wrong. Perhaps this moment you were playing joyfully with your toys, and a minute later, you were covered in scars, crying, begging, and listening to the idiomatic voice of your mom. Nonetheless, I don't think that is what we shall practice in the community at all times. Then some of you may ask, what's wrong with them? Aren't our teachers and parents teaching us to be so and so? Beware, I'm not telling you to be an indifferent and lazy guy. You just have to make some adaptations. 2W plus W, I would call it, which are who, when, plus worthiness. To whom and when are you showing your attention to? And when is the suitable time for both of you? A very good example will be when you are meeting a group of new friends. People are judgmental at their first sight with gossips and rumors. So if you are still new to them and you are behaving diligently, it may not be a very good timing. I got an experience of how people thought of me as an ego, as an self-centered and afraid of losing guy. It was all because I was sitting all by myself at my workplace, finish up my job always. And I wasn't very good at communicating with others. When things turned worse, nobody would really understand what had you gone through. So isn't it better if you show your attentions, affections, and also your diligence towards somebody who is worthy and precious to you, like your mom? So from today onwards, you should be picking up your mom's call more diligently. Showing good traits to people who are worthy to you has a very different effect. Secondly, I would like to talk about our body limit. Learning about your body limit enables you to set a more realistic goals and helping you to feel more comfortable in your own skins. Body doesn't only mean you have a healthy physical body, but also a healthy mindset. Life shouldn't always consist of work. You should learn something else out of work. You should make full use of your time outside work, after your working hour, to enrich your knowledge. Trying your best to learn isn't about the feeling of fear to lose to somebody, but it is your duty to learn. In one day, I would suggest we could spend some of our time in learning some of the interesting or valuable things to us, like watching tech talks or joining us in Elite Toastmaster clubs. Thirdly, many of us have a tendency to experience pessimistic, self-undermining, and irrational thoughts. If you do not know very well about yourself, then you may experience a low mood. In contrast, if you are able to catch these cognitive distortions as they come up, you may direct them into a more realistic goals instead of letting your thoughts depressing you. Let's challenge it when you have those thoughts. For example, you could turn, I'm not able to finish up this project into, I am facing a little bit of difficulties in executing this project, but I think after a rest, I could do it better. In conclusion, I think knowing yourself better in terms of your body core values, your thoughts, and your body limits makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Back to you, Duncan. Thanks.
All right, big round of applause to Ming Yan. Okay, thank you so much, Ming Yan, for reminding us the walloping that we received as a kid. But you have also helped us share with us the framework to have a little bit more self-awareness on our own lives as well. Okay, so it's now time for our next speaker, which is Roy Yap, who will be sharing with us his Pathway Project 2 Level 1 from the Persuasive Influence Path, researching and presenting speech title, Are We There Yet? Can I have his evaluator, Washing, to share his speech objective?
Thank you, Duncan. Toastmaster Roy, the purpose of your speech is for you to present a speech of any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. And the speech is also for you to present a speech and receive the feedback from the evaluator, and then apply it, whatever you have learned, into a second speech, which can be of the same topic or of a different topic. All the best.
All right, Roy Yap, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Roy Yap, give it a big hand.
Hey, thank you, Duncan, Toastmasters. Are we there yet? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet, Papa? Does this sentence sounds familiar to all of us at here? Especially when we were kids. This probably is the sentence that most of the kids, when they are traveling to somewhere. And I'm still remember when I'm at my childhood times, especially the family outings to somewhere, and the journey is a long one. Me and my siblings always talk about this sentence, are we there yet? Many times to our parents, when especially my dad were driving, which at the time we are so ecstatic and impatient when we were long in sitting in the car and we are still not reaching the destination yet. End up, my dad got irritated and we all we got scolded by my dad. So our trips start to get scolding before we reach the destination. Today, there were more than 1.5 million people infected across the globe due to the coronavirus pandemic. Our country has also taken the social distancing measure, which is the MCO, similar like other countries, lockdown since 18 March year of 2020. In the middle of MCO, I have feelings, are we there yet? As I've been staying at home since the MCO started, and I feel like I have feelings, and I feel like I have not been stepping out from home for a decade after staying at home a week of MCO. Before MCO, I hardly stay at home. And my mom's always complained that home to me is just a hotel. Every day I check out at 6 a.m. and I will check in back home at 11 or 12 midnight. So therefore, I'm not the type of duduk diam-diam kat rumah. but due to the global pandemics, it's better than say sorry or regret later if I'm still out there at this pandemic period. During MCO periods, I'm still busy with my work from home since, and my work, my corporate, my companies itself is related to the essential industry. And initially when it starts, I don't really like it because it's very inconvenient for me to present or to communicate without face-to-face, as I need to present to a group of people through the tele or video conference. But now, for a while, I have to use to it as time has pushed to change, as time has pushed me to change. And I would like to thanks to EE, as she have a session which is a Facebook Live with one of the guests, MC Joe, that I learned the importance of how to talk to or communicate at the video conference. And also thanks to our great-grand Master Cheng Jun, that actually she shared one of the section about vocal. That's why I learned some of the skill, which is very little, but I think it's good for me to start off, which is during this current period that I need to very frequent use whether the teleconference or I have to use a video conference. And I also believe that due to this current global pandemic episode, moving forward, a lot of industry or a lot of the works there will be, or maybe where we're gonna live in, there will have a structured reforms, and people will tend to have less fly out, but mainly will be just by using conference, even though a lot of the habit will be changing from the offline to online platform. Hence, I need, from this current episode, I need to learn to overcome it. And therefore, I've been looking for materials and courses on how to improve of the way of presenting in the teleconference or the video conference. Although there's a rumor that MCO might extend till the end of April or maybe towards the May 15. If there is extensions, we should not feel, are we there yet? But we should look forward. As this time, we can learn a lot of things to be productive, or we can gain something at this kind of MCO throughout the MCO period. With this, I hope after the MCO, all of us can be better, me. And lastly, I hope everyone to stay safe and healthy. Thanks. Back to you, Duncan.
All right, big round of applause to Roy. Thank you very much for shifting our mindset to see the roses in a pile of mud. Okay, and for our third speaker for this evening, we have Ashley, who will be sharing us her Pathway Project 1 Level 2 from the Presentation Mastery Path, Effective Body Language, with a speech title, Watch It to Make It. With that, I would like to invite her evaluator, Rachel Liao, to present her speech objective. Rachel, to you.
Hi. The purpose of this project is for the member to deliver with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses nonverbal communication when delivering a speech.
With that, please give a big hand to welcome Ashley Yeoh. Watch it to make it. Watch it to make it. Ashley Yeoh.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And now I would like you to audit yourself, body part now. Try to check your body, whether you are slouching, you are hunching back, or now you are sitting straight up. And pay attention to have an eye contact with your speaker. Now, All these are our non-verbal communications, which I would call as the body language. And it is a form of body language. I mean, it's a form of communication, which it is actually, we are transmitting a message about ourselves to the person that we are talking to. It could be related to our facial expressions, it could be our eye contact, body posture, and yeah, basically everything except words. Well, people tend to make judgments about all this body language, and it actually turned out to be something meaningful outcomes, like we could actually explain, like for example, in a business pitching presentations, why does some of the company, right, they actually buy in the proposal from agency A rather than the agency B, when their offerings is quite a similar one. And think of an interview, a job interview. Why does a hiring manager choose to hire a candidate A rather than a candidate B, when their education backgrounds and also the working experience is pretty much the similar one? Well, this is the success is pretty much related to their the impressions they are able to make to their clients or their interviewers. And body language is the one that actually contributes a lot in terms of shaping the impressions that people have on you. Well, in my following speech, I'm going to share with you some of the body language signals that I find it very interesting, that could actually build a better impressions about us to the others in terms of like capability, confidence, and connection. Well, it involves your facial expressions, eye contact, and also your body posture. Now, let's start with facial expressions. We all are gifted with the face to express all kinds of expressions, whether it's sad, whether it's anger, whether it's happy, or ecstatic, or even it's like disgust. Well, studies found that people who have very happy face and smiley face, they tend to relate to be more intelligent compared to those who have angry face. And another study found that a very trustworthy expression is actually people who tilt their eyebrow with a slight smile. Now, I would like you to think of two persons. The first one is Princess Kate Middleton, and the other one is Donald Trump. Both of them greet people with the same phrase. Hey, how are you doing? The other one, hey, how are you doing? Obviously, you can find yourself, you're connected to who? Either the princess or the president of the US. I'll let you to answer that. Now, we come into eye contact. Eye contact is related to our windows or to our soul. And when we are able to build the eye contact with our recipients of our audience, we are able to connect with them, to hold their interest. And if we are able to have this eye contact with them, right, it actually make them feel that we have the impressions that we do not shy away from issues, but we face it. So this is the importance of eye contact. But be careful. When you have a prolonged eye contact with your audience, it could probably make them feel uncomfortable or be threatened. Well, the key now is you have to maintain a continuous, reasonable eye contact, a frequent eye contact, but not a continuous eye contact with your recipients. All right, now this is eye contact. Now we move on to the other one, which is your body posture. Well, body posture relates to how we hold our body. Now, I would like you to imagine this when you go in for an interview. Okay, when you sit, when you was like waiting there and waiting for your interviewer to come, you were sitting there like punching back, slouching. So you yourself, the body language is sending a signal to your mind that, oh, I'm just not so interested in the interview later. I just have no confidence. So imagine if your interviewer came into the room and saw you in this kind of position, what kind of impressions that it made actually on you? You will look like incompetence, you are not focused, you might not be capable to handle the roles and responsibilities. Whereas if you sit up in the positions that is sit up right. And you're giving the people a signal that you're focused, energetic, and you're capable and confident in the job that you are applying. So in the next time, when you face the situations that you wanted to go in a very important meeting and you felt like you are very small, do these positions. We call this a superpower position, which is like the Wonder Woman and Superman, which is like this. Everyone do that. All right. So hold this for 2 minutes and you feel that you are more boosted with confidence, and it actually helps you to configure your mind to do the best of yourself. Now we know that body language is very important, and it shapes impressions people towards us. So if you wanted to shape the impressions of people to have you on confident, connected, and capable, remember to watch your body language, which are the 3 that I mentioned: facial expressions, eye contact, and body, and your positions, the body posture. And remember this superpower pose, which is the Wonder Woman and Superman pose. And watch your body posture, and I wish you all the best to make it for the outcomes that you wanted to achieve. With this, back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Big round of applause to Ashley for helping us discover how we can use our visual image to create a lasting communication impact to our audience. And now for our last speaker for this evening, we have Diane Law, who will be sharing with us her Advanced Communication Series, Storytelling Project 1, the Folktale speech title, Pride Goes Before a Fall. And with that, I would like to invite Diane's evaluator, Chen Chun, to share her speech objective. Chen Chun, over to you.
Thank you, Duncan. So Diane will be attempting the advanced manual on storytelling. The first project, the folk tale. The objectives are as follows: to tell a folk tale that is entertaining and enjoyable for a specific age group, to use vivid imagery and voice to enhance the tale. Timer, please take note that this speech is 7 to 9 minutes. Over to you, Duncan.
Thank you. And with that, let's invite Diane Low. Pride goes before a fall. Pride goes before a fall. Diane Low. Big round of applause.
In a nearby village, there were 10 merchants. And these 10 merchants did everything together. In fact, their main business was that they sell cloth. One day, they decided that it was time for them to go far, far away to make some money. And eventually, after some time, they decided it was time to return back to their village. But what they didn't know was, in this dense forest near their village, there were 3 notorious robbers. And these 3 notorious robbers were waiting for them. So when they were walking back on their journey back to their village through this dense forest, one early morning, these 3 notorious robbers pounced on them with their swords and their clubs and robbed them. These 3 robbers not only robbed them of their money, the leftover cloth that they had, but decided, because of their arrogance, to take off their clothes as well. And they took all their clothes, leaving them only with their loincloth. A loincloth enough to cover their family jewels, of course, to preserve whatever dignity that they had left. With such arrogance and how simple it was to rob these 10 merchants, these robbers decided, we are going to have and treat you like slaves for the day. before we even decide to let you go. And that's what they did. From the morning, they made them cook meals for them, or whatever meal that they had left while they were backpacking it back to their village. They ate and left them and scared them and taunted them throughout the day. And finally, at night, after they had a bit of a meal from them once more, they said, you know what? Next thing on the list, only thing that you guys can do for us is that we want you to dance for us. These 10 merchants, all feeling anguished, dignity stolen, clothes taken off their back, practically shamed to being whatever they felt like. What could they do? They were still afraid. And then one of them, the leader of the gang, he decided, I'm going to dance for these 3 arrogant robbers. He got up and he decided to assess the calamity of the situation. And so he looked, and finally he decided to dance. And he danced with a little song to test the situation. So, we are anti-men, they are enriched men. If each enriched man surround anti-men, no men shall remain. La 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 la, la 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 la. While this song was being sang, the robbers themselves felt, that's a good song. Let's sing along, being uneducated and arrogant that they are. So they were, oh, anti-men, we are anti, and la 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 la. But what they did not know was that the leader was actually communicating with the 9 other traders at the back. Because as merchants and traders, they had a trading language. What basically was happening was that the leader was telling them that he could actually surround them. And from that song that he was singing, anti meant 10, enrich meant 3, eno meant 1. And the hint that he was sharing with them and trying to instruct them was that there are enrich, which means 3 men that could go behind eno men, each one. And since there are 10 of us, we would be able to surround them. And at the end of it, no one will remain. And he was passing on the message that if all 9 of them could trap these 3 robbers, and eventually him as the one left, he would try and tie them up within the song of this riddling language. And he kept on with that song. By the 3rd time, that song went on, and he was still clapping and dancing. And by the 3rd la 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 came on, the rest of the 9 traders jumped and pounced on those 3 robbers, and the leader himself ran over to the cloth that was left over, and he tore right through it just enough and strong enough to bound those robbers on their hands and on their feet. From that moment, it is a moment of joy for all of them, all standing in their loincloth, and yet dignity preserved. And they took back their clothes, took back their cloth, and took back all the money that they had. And not only that, they also took the swords and the clubs from those 3 robbers. I guess you could say they invested in the security system as well. And one of the things from this is that they took all of it and they walked back to their village. And on walking back to their village, they laughed about this together as a team, and they talked about it for time to come. And when they went back to the village, this story spread not only amongst themselves, but to their family, to their friends, to their children, and the children's children, for the next generation to go on, because they lived happily ever after. Thank you.
A big hand to Diane. Thank you very much, Diane, for bringing us back to the childlike wonder of listening to Aesop's fables. And it has a lesson in it as well. And that's the end of our prepared speech session. If you are enjoying this session so far, please give a thumbs up so I can see. All right, you are enjoying this session very, very much. And it's now time for one of our very important sessions, the Dinner for Champions, which is the evaluation session. And with that, I would like to invite up on stage, the virtual stage, Charlene. Give her a big hand to Charlene.
Hello. Hi everyone, my name is Charlene. So I will be the general evaluators for tonight meeting. And very simple, my main reasons of having this evaluations part is to lift all the members up. Instead of criticize them, we want to give our very valuable feedback so that in the future they can improve and speak better. Okay. Feedback doesn't mean to criticize you, it's just for you as a guideline, okay? So don't take it so personally. And to start off, we'll be starting off with the evaluations from the evaluators, from the prepared speech. And for this, I would like to invite our first evaluator, Jim Man, who will be evaluating Ming Yan.
Okay,
Welcome,
before that, yes, please do vote for your best speaker. I missed that out again. So please vote for your best speaker. Go head on to the Slido website, which is posted on the group chat, and enter the code ELITETMC. Once again, head on to the website as posted on the group chat, and then type in the code ELITETMC to vote for your best speaker. Okay, so while you're voting for your best speaker, I'll pass the control back to you, Charlene.
Yes, thank you, Duncan. Yes, friends, do remember to vote for your best speaker for tonight. So to start off, we would like to start our evaluations for our prepared speech, and I would like to invite our first evaluator, Jim Man, who will be evaluating Ming Yan. Welcome.
Hello, do you really know about yourself? Once again, give a round of applause to Ming Yan. So, Ming Yan, I truly enjoy your speech as you share about knowing ourselves better. It serves a great wake-up call, especially during this MLC movement. And there are two things that I like about you. One is your hand gesture, because we cannot present ourselves in a rare stage now. So your body, your upper body and your hand gesture really show the point that you want to bring to us. And the second point is you remind us to work-life balance, to spend more time with your with our family members, because I realized during this MCO moment, actually many people also very busy, so not really and enjoy the time with the family. So you remind us. There are two things that maybe you can improve. First is the eye contact, because maybe your class is very blurred and have the reflection, so I can see you very well. So next time maybe you can check on it. And the second point is you have too many bombastic work, so I need some time to digest. So maybe next time you can use some simple work to easy to let the audience to relax. So all in all, you are very genuine speaker, and you're good at control your hand and also upper body, and bring value to audience. So to challenge yourself, you can work on your eyes contact, and I'm looking forward to your next speech. So thank you for having me, and back to you, TME Duncan.
Thank you, Jingman. Instead of passing to Duncan, you should pass to me. Well, evaluator Jingman, I love your sincerity in evaluating the speaker's speech, because the moment you express your thing from the bottom of your heart, we can really feel you, okay? Because when you speak from your heart, as if a mother is speaking to a child, when you speak like this, right, it makes the speaker memorize or remember you well, remember all the advice well. And I love how you pinpoint the things that you like, but one challenge for you is to further elaborate on the things that you like, or maybe the things that you don't like. Like you say that maybe you say the speaker should improve on the eye contact. You should let us know why this eye contact is important when delivering a speech, and what is the impact if, let's say, you have a proper eye contact. And second things to improve for you is to reduce your filler words, because I can hear that you have a lot of so, you have a lot of because by having a lot of filler words, it will impact your capability as evaluators. So this is the two things for you to take note. All in all, thank you, because I know that this evaluator role for you is not something easy, but you make up the effort and try it on. Thank you, Jimans. And next, I would like to invite our second evaluators, our stand-up comedian Washing, who will be evaluating our speaker Roy. Yeah, Washing, welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster Charlene.
Yes.
Toastmaster Roy, are we there yet? I really enjoy your speech, because every time when you come out on stage, although you look like you have this very expression on your face, but every time you come out on stage, you never fail to give some humor, to put some humor into your speech to help to lighten up the mood. So therefore, for your speech today, I would like to give my observation of two strengths, two things that you did well, and one point of improvement. First, let's start off with your strength. The first one is the structure. I love the opening that you had given in your speech. You immediately drew the audience into your speech with a story of your childhood, the conversation you were having with your father, as well as the title and the question, are we there yet? And because of that, we instantly glued to our screen, and we were waiting with bated breath to listen to more of what you were going to say. And secondly, your message, are we there yet, was constantly reiterated throughout the speech, which really helps to anchor and really help to iron that message into our head, to really learn to appreciate the present moment and not look into the future by asking, are we there yet? And your second strength is, of course, your humor. I love how you peppered your speech with a lot of anecdotal humor, your childhood, and the conversation you had with your mother, as well as your colleagues. So it really helps to lighten up the mood of an otherwise serious situation, serious mood that we're having right now. So I really like how you still find time to actually put in some humor into your speech. Now, for your point of improvement, your tone. Toastmaster Roy, you have a very powerful voice today. However, it is sad that I didn't hear the flexibility of that otherwise powerful voice. Because throughout your speech, it was kind of the same tone. So at some point in time, it was quite hard for us to follow, and it was quite conflicting. Emotions were quite conflicting as well. So perhaps what you may do is, for example, when you're talking about annoyance, are we there yet? You can say, are we there yet? Or when your father was irritated, stop asking. So this could help to give in more emotions into your speech. But overall, I really like your speech because you really have a good structure, good opening, and humor. Just try to focus on your tone. Otherwise, I really look forward to your next speech. Thank you. Back to you, Charlene.
Thank you, Evaluator Washing. Washing, what I can say about you is that you're very analytical. Why I say it analytical? Because you are able to look deeper into the speaker's speech and pinpoint the good aspect and the bad aspect of the speech deliveries. And your evaluations are very structured. You have 2 things that you like and 2 things that you dislike. You open it with things that applaud or related to the speakers. You applaud the speaker first, then you start off with your evaluations, and all your evaluations are well supported, and then you conclude it and reinforce all the points that you have a pinpoint, okay, and then summarize it so that the speakers can remember well. Thank you very much. And next, I would like to invite evaluator Rachel, who will be evaluating our speaker Ashley. Yes, let's welcome Rachel.
Thank you. So, Ashley, I really enjoyed your speech. I found that it was refreshing to talk about body language during a time where we're all preoccupied in VC and meetings, virtual meetings, right? Where body language could really be at an all-time low. So areas that I felt you excelled in, firstly is facial expression. I thought that you had demonstrated a very good variation of facial expressions. And the way you use your expression helped to accentuate certain points in your speech. I also noticed that you maintained a bit of a smile throughout, which I find always helps make the speaker more approachable and likable to the audience. Your eyebrow game was also very strong, actually, and not everybody knows how to use their eyebrows. It's something I also need to work on, but I felt that you used it very well throughout your entire speech. It didn't just happen once or twice, but I realized that when the story is intensifying, or if a question is being asked, such as, I think when you talked about why an interviewer would choose candidate A over candidate B, there was strong use of facial expression to help you emphasize on that point. With regards to hand gestures, when certain words are used, you also use your hands to anchor a certain point, which I thought was very, very effective. And every time there was a powerful word being used, then you would also pair it with a relevant gesture to help the audience, I think, fixate on your message a bit more. I think one example I have is when you mention, now we move on, and you use like this big hand gesture, right, which allowed the audience to prepare that you are moving on to the next part of the speech. I also noticed you pointing to your face when you were showing different parts of the face that would complement an expression, so that helped. For future, you may want to work on keeping your upper body a bit more still. It was slightly swaying to the left and right a little bit at the start, but towards the end, I noticed that it did stop, so it's just the first half of the speech. To challenge yourself, I already felt like the body language was great, actually, so I had to really think about what to put in under this, but you could try and build in more pauses so that the audience has a chance to perhaps ponder at what is coming next. And that's all I have to say, but I really enjoyed your speech, and I learned a lot from it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel Leong, for evaluating Roy. Okay, what I like about your evaluation is that I love that your evaluation is very clear and very confident. I know this role is something new to you. I think this is your first time or second time of being an evaluator. Instead of mumbling, you speak confidently. When you speak confidently, it develops a sound understanding among the listener and you, okay? And then one challenge for you is to maybe you can work on your structure of your evaluations. You have told us a lot of things, but instead of telling us a lot of things, maybe you can just choose 1 or 2 things that you like and further elaborate on it, and then conclude it with what you have said, so that to make your point more anchor and make it more better and understanding, and so that it can plant well into the speaker's mind, so that we can understand well what is good and what is bad. Okay, so thank you, Rachel. Okay, moving on, I would like to invite our grand mentor Chen Chun, who will be evaluating our speaker Diane. Yay!
Thank you very much, Charlene. Now, Diane did a skill that a lot of amazing speakers do, which is to immediately burst to the scene with a seamless transition, maximum connection, and instant attention. Immediately, when you said that, me as an audience, I was on the journey with 10 merchants. I was on the journey to the jungle. And you couple that with a lot of good intonation and inflection in your voice when you said far, far away, money, pound. So when you use this kind of different variation of the tonality, it gives a very nice storytelling feel to it. It brings a lot of that folk tale, like the grandfather telling a story to a kid. So I really absolutely love that. The next thing I like about you as a speaker is you establish the conflict early. Within, I think, 5 or 6 sentences, immediately the tree robber was there. Immediately we wanted to know who were these 3 robbers, what will they do? And when you establish the conflict early, our attention was maintained throughout that story, and you even have different levels of conflict. At the same time, in those conflicts, you slowly build up the character, especially that hero among the 10 of them. You brought it up, it's a typical hero's journey. That guy came up with the courage, and then with the whole, the messaging, and subsequently you ended with the twist where suddenly the 10 merchants, in a way, became, the reward they got was like, they got everything back from the robber. So I thought the whole structurally, it was well paced. The attention was maintained and good use of voice. If I would suggest few points of improvement for you is, I noticed you have a lot of description about the story, but I would prefer you to use more sensory words. So that I could see what you see, I could hear what you hear. The only thing that I could visualize was just that forest. Right? I didn't know how they looked like. I don't know how the robbers looked like. I don't know what was the scene, what was the environment. So you may want to just play around with those words. The second thing is, I thought you could add more pauses and hooks within your story. Okay, you should tease us so that it keeps us questioning what's next, what's next. An example would be, you could say something like, the robber didn't realize that behind that song, there's a hidden meaning that not everyone know, a hidden meaning that could potentially change the whole dynamics of their relationship. And that hidden meaning was this. And then you have the pause of possibilities. And then we're like, what she's gonna say. So you may want to just throw in a little bit of hooks here and there. So in conclusion, I thought structurally as a story is impeccable. You sprinkle with inflection and tonality to convey the richness of the scene. Watch the use of the more specifics like the sensory language so that we can have a vested interest in your story in terms of how we speak, how we hear your story, how we feel your story, and also pace yourself to maintain the level of hooks so that we are constantly questioning ourselves, what's next, what's next. So overall, thank you very much for sharing this piece of story with us, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Chen Chun, our grand mentor, for such an insightful evaluations. As always, his evaluations are very, very properly done. Okay, and I love his capability of able to look at the other side of the speech delivery of each speaker and tell us what he likes, and then from there he will tell us why the things that he likes will bring such impact to him. And then not only that, he's able to, like, when he speaks, he's able to plant a seed into our mind, and this seed act like an alarm, which alarm us that this thing we shouldn't done and this thing we should done when we deliver our next speech. Okay, so thank you very much to Chen Chen for such an insightful evaluations, and that concludes our evaluations for our evaluators. Okay, thank you to all the evaluators. Moving on, I would like to call upon our role players to present their reports, and first on the list I would like to call upon our grammarian Aruna to present her grammarian report.
Thank you very much, Charlene, and hello to the fellow Toastmasters. Congratulations. You do realize that I had a lot of problems with my connection, so I am so sorry. I missed out Min Young's bombastic words and Roy's very bombastic words as well. But I would like to say congratulations for everything that I heard. It was a lovely session as usual. The role of a grammarian is quite an important one because grammar will actually, good grammar will actually help you to improve your confidence as a speaker, and will also allow other people who are listening to you speak to feel more confident about you and your abilities. I have heard a lot of interesting uses of words today, and I would like to share them. Words and phrases, I mean. Live with truth and empathy, that's a very nice one. Seeking clarity, that's a nice one. Live to the fullest, yes, we should. Serendipity is a nice word. Do not wait for serendipity, instead manufacture it yourself. Yes, please. Direct impact, that's a good phrase. Some of you might ask for a solution. Intentional and unintentional use of body language, shaping impressions that people have of you, nice. Eye contact holds the window to our soul, yes it does. Confident, connected and capable, the 3 C's. Family jewels, Diane, I just can't get that out of my head. I'm going to remember that forever. All right. Now, for the not so nice part would be the negative part of the evaluation. I heard words like thema instead of theme, live instead of live. Some of you may ask, ed, it should be some of you may ask. Bind their hands and feet, it should be that should be the correct phrase, not bound their hands and feet. All in all, I would just like to say, be careful of the use of an extra S. Be careful of past tense and present tense. Sometimes when we're delivering our speeches, we tend to become a little bit anxious, especially if we've forgotten our lines. And that is when there will be a confusion between past tense, present tense, or a use of extra S's or unnecessary words. Therefore, I would like to suggest that everyone who speaks would like to take a few minutes to relax, take a deep breath, calm yourself down, clarify your thoughts, and before you bring your thoughts out into words. In conclusion, I'm actually quite ecstatic about today's meeting. So Ashley, congratulations, you used the word of the day. It would have been great if everyone else was as ecstatic about it as well. It's not easy to be a grammarian or an evaluator. It's not very easy to evaluate other people when you yourself cannot evaluate your own situation. And it is also a very humbling role, I feel, as I have realized that all of us are in the same boat. It is difficult to stand up, be in front of people and give a speech and try to memorize what it is that you would like to say yourself. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to be your grammarian. It was a very interesting and enjoyable experience for me. I will hand it back now to Charlene. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aruna, for being our grammarian and English teachers for tonight meeting. One of the things that I like about Aruna is your spirit of not giving up. Because I know that your line is not stable. You're being kicked out, kicked in, kicked out. But instead of giving up, you try your best to stay connected with us and catch up where you have left. And one suggestion for you is that since you already know that your line is not good, maybe prior to meeting, you should look for backup to help you out, so that when your line is broken down, your backup know what to do instead of seeking help during this meeting. Because prior meeting, maybe do some proper arrangements so that your backup can help you out. Okay. Thank you, Aruna, for being our grammarians. And next, I would like to call upon our R counter, Jessica. Yes, to present her report, Jessica.
Okay, hello. Today I play a role as R counter. So the R counter is very important. It's because to filter those not necessary parts or words of each sentence structure, and to avoid the sentence are too long or complex, and also to deliver a better sentence that could snag the attention of your listener. So my report today, I would like to start from Noel. Noel has one R, and most of the sentence she repeat and start with a lot of so, S-O, so. And then Verisa, 6 R, 2 and 5 so. Justin is good. And Eddie has 17 R. And then Wayne, 1 R. By the way, Wayne also like to use like I just. He repeated, I think, 2-3 times. And then he repeats there is 2 times. He tried to 2 times. And continue with Vera. Vera, she has 4 R and then 2 times. And then Jingman 5 times R, 12 times 9 times so. She repeated a lot of so when she gives suggestion. She start with so a lot, and then repeated 2 times I. Mingyan 1 time but repeated a lot of I, there is, and. Roy has 16 times 2 times and Washing has 3 times Ashley only 1 times but Ashley repeat a lot of and to continue the sentence, like the sentence never end. And then 2 times you, what is that? I don't know what I write. Okay, when you 2 times. Rachel 6 times 6 times 3 times Rachel like to start with a lot of when she starts a question, a sentence. Okay, and then Diane 2 times to be repeated, especially when she want to end a sentence. Same like Ashley, she like to use a lot of and, continue, and. Chen Jun, of course, is perfect. And then Charlene 12 times R, 1 times 3 times and repeated 2 times on you. You have to tell us a lot of things 2 times during the meeting 2 times. Thank you. And then also a lot of okay after, end of the sentence. That's all for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Okay, thank you for. I like how you evaluate and keeping up with our R and filler words, and I love how you started off with explaining why your role is important and why this R, will impact our speech in the futures. Overall, thank you and kudos for such a good work done. Okay, thank you very much. And next, I would like to invite the Rolex of our club, Taylor, to present her timekeeper report. Welcome, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Charlene. So, fellow Toastmaster and guests, so here's my timer report. So our meeting start on time today at 8:02 p.m. From Hasno SAA. It's used 1 minute to do the SAA script. Then Joanna for presidential script is 8 minutes. For Suwan Toast, he took 2 minutes. And come to our table topic section. Vanessa Yap took 1 minute and 11 seconds. Justin, 1 minute and 28 seconds. Eddie, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Chingwi, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So Aaron seems to be quite close to the time, except for Eddie and Chingwi. So for prepared speech, Minion took 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Roy Yap took 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Ashley, 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Diane, 7 minutes, 24 seconds. Aaron did a great job in fulfilling their project requirement. Well done. So for evaluator, Chingman, 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Washing, 3 minutes, 25 seconds. Rachel Liu, 2 minutes, 58 seconds. Cheng Chun, 3 minutes, 24 seconds. Aruna, our first grammarian for this time, 4 minutes, 11 seconds. R counter Jessica, 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Thank you everyone for great meeting tonight. Back to you, Toastmaster Charlene.
Thank you, Taylor, for helping us to keep up with the time. Okay, first of all, thank you for being so alert to all the time, all the speakers and all the evaluators. Okay, and one suggestion for you, because I can feel that you are not ready when the time, because our meeting is supposed to start at 8, but at the 8 we can't see you. So maybe next time you can be here more earlier and get ready and prepare well, so that we can start on time, and then all our agenda can go accordingly. Okay, thank you, Taylor. Okay, let's conclude the technical part, and now I would like to give my overall evaluations for the speakers that who have not been evaluated. Okay, our meeting start at 8:02 p.m. We started 2 minutes late, so I guess next time we can just start on time, so that can keep up with the good work, because elites we should keep up with the spirit of elite. We must be punctual. Okay, and then for the SAA Hasno, I love how you welcome all the guests and all the members so warmly, because by doing so, you know, you help us to bring us back from all the very sad day that we have, or maybe, you know, sometimes we work from home, we have actually very bored at home, but when you speak, you give us life, you bring us back, because we know that when you speak, we know that elite meeting started now, so we should keep up with the spirits and then show positive energy to this meeting. And for the president's speech, Joanna, as always, you're very uplifting, and you started by stated the rules very clear. You just ask everybody to mute their speakers, so that it will not create any unnecessary interruptions. And then I love how you share this story of nurses and inject questions for us to ponder upon by asking us when's the last time we call our loved one, and ask us to take action as soon as this meeting is over. And you welcome all the guests and also explain the history of the TI well, so that for the benefit of guests, they know why TI is founded, you know, long time ago. And for the Doraemon toaster Suwan, You are very creative. I love how you relate vitamin C to Elite Toastmasters Club. You just link it so well that I feel that with your toast, it really gives us like a very confidence pill. And the way you give us toast is feel like you giving us an advice and motivate us to live our life fully, so that we wouldn't waste our life just like this. And for our table topic, Master Noel, you're very encouraging. You keep encourage everyone to take part in these table topic sessions. I know you just ask everyone, you just volunteer themselves. Maybe next time, instead of asking them volunteer themselves, because this is a computer, you cannot see everyone raise up their hand, so maybe you can just pre-pick somebody here who didn't take up any role. Okay, and for the Toastmaster of the evening, Duncan, as always, you're very poised and confident. The moment you speak, you boost and push the wave of this meeting to another level. Okay, you lift up the atmosphere of this whole virtual meeting, and you inject this very happy mood into this meeting, instead of sometimes somebody speak in front already very bored, but you are like energizer and push it up back. And then and I love how engaging you are. You look straight to the computer as if you are speaking in front of us. And for the table topic evaluator, Vera, I love how reassuring you are, because before you start, you ask everyone to give a big applause to all the speakers who have took part in the table topic session, and you smile confidently. I love how sweet your smile is. And then your evaluations are very surface. It's not deep enough. Maybe you can try to dig deeper. Everything that you speak, elaborate further, so that it will bring more impact to the table topic speakers. And for the who else? Okay, I think I have evaluated all of them. And overall, I love our meeting. As always, Elite is like a booster to my life. It really like recharge my battery every day. And our meeting, as always, is very positive, engaging, encouraging, and vibrant as always. And thank you to everyone for being so supportive. I know that it's just a virtual meeting, but instead of giving up and say no to this meeting, you make a choice to participate and be here with us and make up our day. So thank you, everyone. And right now, I would like to pass the floor to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Charlene, for that very complete evaluation. Give another round of applause. Wonderful. Okay, it's now time for one of the most ecstatic sections of this meeting, which is our presentation of certificates. Okay, there's no certificate, but let's see who will be the champions for this evening. And with that, I would like to invite our president, Joanna.
Hello. Okay, I have the announcement with me here. So since we are gonna do this, right, I will need to hear some drum rolls. So maybe when I ask for drum rolls, you guys can unmute and let's all like, can? Okay, so firstly, for the best table topic speaker goes to, can I have some drum rolls, please? Justin Chun. Yay! Where's Justin?
Here. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, next up we have Best Assigned Speaker goes to, drum roll please. None other than Diane. Okay, lastly, our best evaluator goes to, drum rolls. Anyone can guess? Jensen!
Washing?
Sorry?
It's Tianjun or Washing? I heard two names.
Tianjun.
Tianjun. You heard two names. Yeah, our VPE.
Joanna, you're muted.
We
So
lost
you
you
guys
at
didn't hear what
VPE.
I said just now, right?
We lost you at VPE.
No, we didn't hear.
I said our VPE Hasno shall take note of tonight's winner, so that when all this is over and we can see each other face to face, then we'll do the actual taking photos and ribbon giving ceremony. I actually miss that. All these simple gestures that I actually really miss it. Okay, so Duncan is over to me already, right? Yes. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself tonight. Everyone already, Taylor is with the ribbon. Do I have some ribbons here? No, actually no. I hope a lot of you have already had a good dinner, your own dinner at home, whatever it may be. And just a round of quick acknowledgements as well. For those of you who gave speeches today, I really enjoyed them. Ming Yen, knowing yourself better. What doesn't kill you actually make us stronger? And this is a very good quote for all of us to relate to at this very current moment. Yeah. And Roy, to be a better version of yourself. That's a good reminder to all of us actually. Also for Ashley, very good impersonation of Princess and Trump, and you're teaching us the superpower pose, which I thought maybe later when we take a photo, we can all do the superpower pose together. Yeah. Diane, I truly enjoyed the dance and the singing, and what more, the singing is actually of a riddling song, so it's very interesting, and I thought this speech could actually be a contest material. So yeah, think about it. And also other than the credits to our speaker tonight, I also want to credit all the first time role players tonight. You guys did a very good job. Even credit to Dr. Aruna, because I understand that at this current situation you should be quite busy and tired, but you still take the time and energy to join this meeting. And also you were having a bit of issues of like in and out of Zoom, but still you took time to actually, you know, being very attentive and taking down all these notes about grammarian work. So good job, good job. Also, because we have some guests as well tonight attending our session, can I hear a bit from the guests as well? Comments from the floor, like what do you guys learn tonight? What are the things that you guys love about the meeting or not like about the meeting? Yeah, do share with us. Any guests would like to go first? Let me see. I saw a guest here, JK.
No, JK guest.
Where are other guests?
Win.
Win, our old familiar guest.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, it's definitely very heartwarming to see all the familiar faces again. And also, thanks to Noel for putting me on the spot. Make me remember how nervous I am when I come on stage to speak. But yeah, really happy to see you all again. And also very happy to see the club progressing very well. Previously, I remember last time we were a bit worried of succession planning, knowing who to take over the roles. But looking at you guys, I'm very happy to see everybody. Yeah.
Happy to see you too.
I want to applaud two speakers today, because after last hearing you guys speak for about 2 years, I think there is a vast improvement in these two members. Charlene is one of them. Previously, I think 2 years ago, I heard a lot of unnecessary S's behind many words. I don't know, what do you do? Today was perfect. There was not a single S, unnecessary S.
The secret is Elite Toastmasters Club.
Really good job on that. And the second speaker that I wanted to applaud is Diane. I noticed previously she has already been a very good speaker, very calm. But this time I noticed there were more, it is a bit more animated. I'm not sure if it's because of the theme of the speech, but yeah, that improvement is obvious. So good job with that. Yeah, with that, we'll pass over back to you, Joanna.
Thank you, Win. Thank you, Win. Couldn't agree more with your comment. Thank you. Do we have another guest to give us some comments and feedback? I see Felicia.
Hi. Yeah, I really learned a lot from this conference thing, this meeting. I really enjoyed all the speakers today. I get to meet a lot of different speakers, and I also really like how the evaluation worked, because I liked how you guys described it really specifically, and yeah, which helped me to learn some new ideas to build my speaking skills as well. So yeah, I learned quite a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Do we have another guest? Jean? Yes. Is Jean still here? Or Theo? No?
Rachel Lee.
Sorry? Rachel Ling, yes. Our guest very shy tonight.
Đào Hong.
No.
Rachel is back.
Okay.
Hi all.
Hi.
So it's my second time in the Toastmasters meeting, and what I really sort of did differently this time was, so last week or 2 weeks ago, I wasn't familiar with the sequence of how a meeting runs. A Toastmaster meeting typically runs. So I was getting used to that. So coming in today, I kind of knew what I was expecting. So it was really nice. So what I did throughout some of the speeches was that I listened, and then I sort of made a mental note of what I thought were some of the good areas and some of the areas of improvement. And then when the evaluations were being given, and then I compared, whether what I saw and what the evaluator gave was actually similar. And through all this, it really, even though tonight I didn't speak anything, but I've really learned a lot. And yeah, so thank you for this opportunity again, and I'll be back for sure.
Thank you, Rachel. I love the last sentence when you said you'll be back for sure. Yay.
As a member?
Right? Sorry?
As a member?
Yes, hopefully.
Hopefully. No, yes.
Yes,
I
will.
Yay! Maybe we have more Rachels again.
Yes, yeah.
We are three Rachel.
Yeah, finally, yes.
We are collecting all the
The
Rachels.
more, the merrier. The more Rachel.
Any other?
I know we
Sorry?
got a lot of Rachel.
Sorry, what?
KJ, you lagging.
No, I
Yeah,
said
you're
Wendy
lagging.
herself.
Yeah, Wendy need more coffee now. She will forget all the names.
Okay, other than that, any other guests that wants to give a bit of feedback?
Is Jean back?
Is Jean, yeah. Beijing Jean? Is Jean back? No?
She messaged me. She said her connection is unstable.
Oh, Minvu very quiet.
Minvu. I like your background.
Yeah, because you guys would build me. That's why I'm quiet.
How are you feeling? All good?
Yeah, very good, very good, very good.
Good, huh?
Luckily, my son, they went to sleep early tonight, so I got a chance to join the meeting.
Some peaceful moment with us, right? I know.
Yeah.
So nice.
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys. I know it's getting late, and it's hard to say goodbye, but I also wanted to share with you guys this little short note that do you guys realize, right? Before all this whole MCO thing, that none of us will actually ever thought that we can actually stay at home grounded for so many weeks, not going out, right? I mean, at the mere thought of it, a lot of us were like, no, I can't do that. I'll go mad. I'll probably grow like bushes of hair and whatnot, get fat and all. But after like how many weeks now? Like 2 weeks plus, 3 weeks now. But look at all of you today. We are all still fine, alive and kicking. Well, what I want to actually say is that we, the humankind, are actually the most adaptive species ever exist. So if you actually look around at our surrounding and you compare whatever the mere time that we have now grounded at home, and you compare that to those of, imagine those convicts or people in jail or serving jail time. So imagine the kind of limitation or the kind of mental thing they're going through. So you get to actually appreciate the intangible things around you. For me, I kind of think like, yes, on one thing we are grounded at home, but I kind of enjoy that we still have the little bit mere freedom of still going to get groceries, having to spend time with family and friends, elite family like you guys online as well. So it's actually not that bad, because in other countries, like maybe in Italy or Korea, it could be much worse. So the idea is we should be very grateful as well. So I want to say is, after this, whatever that we have gone through, so what doesn't kill us actually really make us stronger. And after all this, we will definitely know, I don't know, in case the next whatever wave that hit us, we will be more ready for sure. And the other important thing that I want to inject is that whatever that helps you guys feel less afraid, less tired and less lonely, please do that and do it more often. It could be anything, like maybe for Diane, it could be singing the riddle song. For Chen Jun and KJ, it could be downing beers and whatnot. But just remember, whatever that helps you guys that feel less afraid, less tired, less lonely, do that more often, okay? And with that, I also want to have my closing quote for you guys tonight is that for you guys to sleep on it, because we are all at home, right? So it goes like this. One day, your life will actually flash before your eyes. So make sure it's worth watching. Remember, yeah? One day your life will flash before your eyes. And you will have to make sure it's worth watching. Cool?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, we have.
Who is talking?
Yeah, a couple of announcements before we take our final group photo. KJ, you want to announce when is our Division J competition?
Okay, two announcements. One is Division J contest is on the 2nd of
May.
Yep. And the second announcement is this Zoom premium account is actually sponsored by the district, not me. Right?
Sponsored by district. Thank you, district.
District, yes. District director not here today. Yeah. But yeah, it's actually sponsored by the district director. I get the claim from him. So yeah, that's the only two announcements. The annual conference, we will stay tuned for it. We don't have an exact date yet. We only have the exact month, but not exact date yet. It's on June, but
until further notice, right?
Yeah, not likely. So yeah, I don't want to announce that.
KJ, for the division contest, what's going to happen? Is it is for that virtual thing? That means the contestants have to record themselves, is it, and then send the entry in, is it?
No, it's not. It's a live Zoom contest.
Live Zoom contest. So the contestant need to go into Zoom, and then from there they will watch.
So you have to really make sure that your internet connection is good, because once you're busy, you are out.
Okay.
Breakout rooms as well, and only the host will go to the different rooms to arrange the contestants whether to come in to the
your connection with you. We can pick the exact same time, like a Saturday or something, at the same time. We just log in and then you can just test it out, do some walking around and do some speech practice. And then we can also test the connection.
Yeah, watching, I also visited other clubs. Some of them, like District 102, their contestants, they are actually doing dry runs. As in they will, they are going to have trial runs before the contest itself. So I don't know whether this is definitely something you should do. One of the contestants started asking a lot of questions. So make sure you, if you can, seriously do it. Get your phone connected if your phone is good, and also get yourself a tripod. Because you need to walk around and make sure you're there's your when you move it's at smooth, it's not slow. So yeah, because you got a lot of stage placement. Anyway, yeah, we discuss this more lah. Yeah, do a dry run. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But the contest is still in the middle of discussing on how to run it lah. Yeah, we're still managing.
Okay.
Okay, thanks KJ, Diane. And one last announcement. Because of this MCO, I believe most of us gain weight. So I have hooked up with Vanessa to arrange a workout section on Sunday morning, 11. I will post it up on our WhatsApp group. So look out for that. So, and last group photo, everybody just say cheese.
Hey, I thought we are doing the super pose.
Yeah. What pose? Yeah, okay.
No?
Okay. Let's get the normal pose one.
Okay, normal pose.
1, 2, 3. Hold on. I have more than 25. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, super pose. All right, 1, 2, 3. One more. Hold on. One, two, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Last one. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. So, Suwan, you need to record or?
What?
No, Suwan. He removed his headphone already. Okay.
Huh?
Hi, Suwan.